What's happening, everyone, and welcome to Stockholm, Sweden. We're on a very special assignment here with Epidemic Sound. I'm super stoked. There's so much that we have to see. We're currently in the old city of Stockholm, which is called Gamla stan. We've got to explore this place, so let's get going. Let's go. I've been getting asked more than ever lately about the music I use in my video and social content. I really want to answer some of the burning questions you guys have. So I've decided to dedicate this entire video about music and ways in which you can enhance your photo and video content by simply having the right choices in terms of music, having the right SFX and instrumentals, all of which you can find on Epidemic Sound. This video is actually going to also be a two-part series. The first part is all about learning and the second will be about application. Now, when it comes to music, you don't want to be the type of content creator that sticks to one genre of music. It's very limiting. By really diversifying the type of music that you work with, you're not only developing your palette for music, but you're also being able to tell stories in a different way. The content that you shoot will determine the type of music you use. Learn about the different genres. You want to explore so you can find the best match for your story. Is it a fast-paced? Is it a calm or slow? Is it hopeful? Or is it dramatic? Write down the type of experience you want your audience to receive, and depending on that, find the right tempo, the right beat, or the right instruments that will help best tell the story the most effectively. Now, another very important part of music experience is understanding when there's moments of silence. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. Sometimes having music in your video is just as important as not having it, but incorporating a moment of silence is a great way to guide your audience through your storytelling process. Now, what this actually does is it allows you to make more dramatic moments and heighten awareness so that your audience is able to take a moment to really reflect on the content that they're receiving. You always have to remember, if the audience feels the soundtrack is disappearing beneath them, they will be forced to focus on the moment. Silence can also be used to portray the inner isolation of a character. Here's an example of what I mean. Now, continuing the importance of music in your social content or your video content, one thing that I always advocate is recording the sounds around you when you're filming. And there's a reason for this. It allows you to add a certain expression to your video. It allows you to better provoke a certain atmosphere so your audience can understand and appreciate your story better. But at times it may be difficult to actually capture those sounds. So what do? Well, I utilize Epidemic Sound's extensive library of content. I go through and I skim and I pick out the sounds that I need unique to the locations that I'm shooting in. And at times when specific sounds might be very difficult to find online, I just record them. And that's something that's very important for you to do as a video creator, as a content creator yourself. guys, so that cinematograph you just watched is a great example of what I was talking about when I mean to record your own audio on spot. It really helps give your content a sense of direction. Now in this case I used a still image and a moving image to create a cinematograph, and this is a great way to really utilize every bit of content that you have. But what about the times where you don't have the sound effects available? Well, like I mentioned before, Epidemic Sound has their library. And a good example of where we utilized their library is that video clip I showed you guys of my cousin fighting. We used a lot of uplifters, some crashes, some reverse crashes to really mix it up to create a sense of direction and feeling that you're almost in the gym itself. That's a great way of utilizing their library, of making your content a lot more appealing and giving a sense of direction. So I want to go back to that exact clip and show you guys exactly where we incorporated those key notes and where we were able to incorporate the uplifters, the crashes, so you can get a sense of when it's appropriate to include them and when it might not be. Now continuing this talk about how to really enhance your content using music and sounds, one of the best things I actually realized in working with Epidemic Sound is that not only can you utilize their music, but you can actually break down the components of a track. In this case, they come in 4 different stems, and stems are a great way to really draw in and take out the parts of a song that you want to utilize. Epidemic Sound's music usually comes in drums, bass, melodies, and instruments. These are the 4 different stems or tiers that they're incorporated in each song. So if you want to use specific ones, you can just take them out or replace them and move them around. This is a great feature because it allows you to get rid of or use only certain parts of a song. Sometimes there is one instrument or a part of the song that doesn't fit with your video. For example, there might be a moment that your video has a very important voiceover, or if you downloaded the stem separately, you could erase the vocal part of the song and play only the bass and the melody, so your audience focuses on your voiceover. It's also great because you can build the song from scratch and have a new piece that nobody else has, making your soundtrack unique and very accurate to your film. So an example of where we utilize stems a lot was in that actually intro video I showed you of me in Stockholm. Let's take a look at that again so you can see exactly where we took out and we replaced different stems of the song. We gotta explore this place, so let's get going. Let's go! Alright guys, it's time to end the video. I just want to say I had an absolute blast in Stockholm, Sweden. Epidemic Sound showed us the best time imaginable. We got to meet a lot of musicians, creators, videographers, YouTubers, you name it. Everyone was there for the summit, and I learned a lot of things about music and how it can really enhance your content, and that's why I made this video. So I hope you guys did take away a lot of information from it. And as always, remember to check the description below. Check out Epidemic Sound. They have an amazing array, a full library of content that you guys can utilize. And always remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you all next week. Peace!